life I barely spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with totally ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Right now I can barely focus. I'm showing no emotion. On your knees, show your...
Alright, so today we are going to talk about my goals for the upcoming meet as compared to what I've hit in the past meets. So I've only done one meet before, but since I've done like powerlifting more consistently, more competitively now, which has been since the summer of last year. So I'm gonna go through, I did a mock meet over the summer in August, go through what I hit there, go through what I hit in November's meet, and then go through what my goals are gonna be for the upcoming meet in April. So obviously over that time, I think even like a year ago from today, I was doing some powerlifting and stuff, but I wasn't super consistent with it. I wasn't super like into it yet, right? So I was still doing a lot of bodybuilding. I hit my top set on my program that Josh gave me, and that was about it. Like I was very just kind of dipping my toe into powerlifting a little bit. So then as we went to the summer, I got more and more concentrated on that and more serious about it. So then after the summer, I basically put everything in that last meet, learned a lot from it, and basically been putting everything into this meet coming up as well. Been learning a lot about how powerlifting programming goes, learning a lot about my body and how far I can push myself with powerlifting. Obviously I've been dealing with some nagging injuries and stuff like that, so you learn about those things as you go, and it's been good to kind of learn about those things and learn like the trends in your capabilities. So because as with training, there's always kind of like curves to it, right? So when you're peaking for a competition, you're building up that intensity, and then you kind of just taper it off, and then you come back really hard, and you should be at the top, like fully peaked out. And then also after that, then you kind of drop down and you'll have bad training weeks and stuff like that. So that's what we're kind of working through, and I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, but we're gonna show what I hit in past meets, what the goals are for the April Collegiate Nationals Meet. So starting off at August. Alright, so first, I've done mock meets in the past, right? So I've done a mock meet my junior year of high school, did one. Did a mock meet last year, right before I did like a little cut before spring break. I had to cut down a little bit for spring break and all that stuff. But the first like actual powerlifting training block mock meet that I did was August 2019. So this was at Zoo Culture, like I said, out in LA. So it was, I hit a lot of very solid numbers. The thing was though, you have to take this with a grain of salt because I was using regular metal plates. They weren't competition plates. Nothing was really competition based necessarily. Wasn't using a competition rack for bench or squat, deadlift. I was using a stiff bar. I was using a power bar, but a lot of people say Zoo Culture has like lighter plates. Technically they could have like 43, 44 pounds. They're not calibrated plates, so it might have been slightly lighter, just slightly lighter than what is actually up there, so just understand that. But as we go through this, when I was out there, I hit a massive like squat PR of 575 pounds. So before that, previously, earlier that year in March, I only hit 520 pounds, and granted I was doing high bar at the time and I wasn't super focused. So between March and August, I went from 520 to 575 pounds, which was a pretty incredible jump over the course of only 5 months. So that was really good. Squat was absolutely blowing up at the time. Bench, I was, again, you guys remember, I had some problems with my elbow, had some tendonitis going on in bench because of the low bar squats. So when I transitioned to low bar squats, squat blew up and my bench actually kind of just like stalled out, kind of went down a little bit because I was dealing with a lot of pain in my arm, and hopefully, or luckily, that pain's kind of gone away as I got used to doing low bar squats, as I got used to, my tendons adapted over time. But during this time, it was pretty painful and everything. So I only benched 335 pounds. So that was like less than my previous best. But anyways, moving on, for the deadlift, I did hit 635 pounds, which was absolutely way bigger than anything I'd done before. I think before that I had touched 615 pounds, which was pretty solid. And earlier in the year, first time I ever hit 585, which was like, I think that was during like November or December of the previous year. So between December and August, that's like 9 months, right? I went from 585 to 635, which is pretty solid, I would say. So a solid improvement. That was really, really good. I was happy about that. Overall, pretty good. Like I said, it wasn't competition based, it wasn't competition plates, competition racks, any of that stuff, but overall it was pretty solid. So we went from August to November, did an actual first like competition meet. So this was, 3 months in between. So I just went, balls to the wall from August to November, and like I said, everything was a little bit different than this. You're not using, your gym metal plates. You're using like actual Eleiko calibrated plates and all that stuff. So understand that. And during this time, I started squatting like 3 times a week. I was getting all kinds of tendonitis in my quads, and it was like extremely painful at one point towards the end of my prep. So my squat kind of stalled out again here, because I did hit 585 pounds over the summer, but then before this meet, kind of stalled out a little bit, not gonna lie. And so I ended up hitting 574 pounds, which was partially because I missed my second attempt, which I think I got. I mean, we'll roll the clip back there, but.
It's a no lift for Ryan.
I missed it because of depth, and then I hit my third attempt, which is 574. Anyways, bench obviously felt a lot better. I went for 363 pounds or something like that. Did not get that, but from here to there, elbow felt a lot better. I was working through that. My tendons were adjusting, all that stuff, so it felt a lot better. Hit 353, which was good. Deadlift, smashed 655 pounds on competition plates, so that was a huge PR for me. Obviously, I wanted to go a little bit heavier, but I messed up my second attempt again. So it's like it's a whole learning process. So being in my first actual meets, you only have 3 attempts on each lift. So I'm kind of learning things as I went, and 640 pounds was so heavy because of my positioning and stuff. So I made a small jump with 655, absolutely smashed that. Would have definitely gone even bigger than that if I could have, but that leaves some room for the next meet, which we'll write down. So for the upcoming meet, Collegiate Nationals. So already going over these, and like I said, there's a lot of like issues and things with like small injuries and just getting used to competing in general, competing on something different than just in the gym. Most of the time when you're in the gym, you're hitting like, okay, I'm gonna go for a big bench PR today. You put all your energy into that bench PR, or I'm gonna go for a deadlift PR. I'm gonna put all my energy into that for the day. Here it's like, you have 3 attempts at bench, squat, and deadlift, everything all in the same day. So it's like everything has to be on point. It's not just you're going for one thing, you're going for 3 PRs in the same day. So this is going to be a box around here. That's kind of going to be, generally, this is what I would like at least want to hit, right? So everything's generally been feeling good. I've been dealing with like the quad tendonitis, like I said, but it's been much less like inflamed, much better, feeling overall much better. And squat has been feeling great. So overall, this is what I would like to hit at least. So it could be higher than that, honestly. So for squat, I would say at least 600 pounds. In the past, I've hit, like I said, 585 over the summer, hit 574 in the last competition, but I think it's totally, completely doable to get 600 here. And the bench has been feeling so much better. Like I can come into the gym any single day and hit like 365 paused. I've been basically coming in and hitting 375 touch and go pretty much every week now, which is really good. So hopefully over the next, we have 5 weeks here. Hopefully over the next 5 weeks continues to, you know, improve and get better and better as we peak towards competition. So that would be an absolute goal to hit right there. I know I keep saying I want to hit 405, but in competition things get a little bit different. So that is the goal right there. And then deadlift, I want to hit at least 675. I mean, granted, all these right here, I don't know the exact like kilo conversions because it's all gonna be like in kilograms. So I don't precisely know that, but this is generally what I would like, the area I would like to be around. Okay, so deadlift 675 pounds, that would be sweet because I had 655 last competition, just paused, deadlifted 645 last week. So I think there's a lot more left in the tank as we get closer and closer here. Feeling good overall right now about deadlift too. It's been feeling very good. It's just like I said, being executing everything properly, being specific in, you know, my technique and everything. Like I said, if in the last competition I did 640, and because I was leaning over a little bit too much, made the lift way harder than it should have been. So it's all those things like being specific about technique and things. So everything's got to be executed to the highest level here if I want to hit these weights and, you know, excel in the competition. So I definitely want to place in Collegiate Nationals. So that's the goal. These are the goals for the upcoming meet. So we have, what day is it? The 26th. Like just about 5 weeks out, under 5 weeks, I don't even know, something like that. 5 weeks or under at this point. So it's grind time. Every single session matters from here on. I mean, it mattered. Every single session mattered this whole time, but here everything is like more and more important. It's like intensity's going up through the roof. We start pushing ourselves really, really hard here, and you know, making sure that we have a good idea of what we'll be able to hit, and just freaking when it comes time to compete, it's like we've already done all this hard work to get there. We just have to showcase it at the meet, and that's all you got to do. So these next weeks are grind time, prime time. What the hell am I saying? So that's what we're working towards. Like I mentioned, that's going to be the goals for upcoming Collegiate Nationals. Just want to show you guys real quick. I got a package in from Alphalete yesterday, so there's a bunch of new stuff. I'm not sure when any of this stuff is releasing. Here's one of the new shirts. That's kind of nice. Some nice colors and stuff. So I think they already released these ones before. These are the tactical hoodies, but they're coming out with a couple different colors in those. And then I've also got some more scoop necks coming out. These are all like pretty much scoop necks and like lifestyle ones. And then, like I said, they have more of these performance shirts. That's really cool. That's really cool. It's like a green on black. I don't know. And then another performance shirt. And then obviously, like I said, this one that I'm wearing right now. And then they have these sick long sleeves coming out. These are kind of cool. Got this new design on them here. So that's kind of cool. But just want to share that with you guys real quick, that Alphalete should be hopefully releasing something soon. As far as I know, there's no like release date or anything yet, but they just sent this over to me kind of randomly yesterday. We didn't really get notified of anything. I got the package, and that's what we got. So I feel like I like slightly tweaked my back when I was doing my AMRAP set, or when I was doing my 4-rep max on the pin squats last week. I think just because like the positioning when you hit the pins, it could be like bouncing either way, and if it's like one way or the other, if you don't let it completely settle, like you could, I don't know, it could cause some sort of imbalances when you're coming up. And I feel like I kind of tweaked my back a little bit, and then I deadlifted Tuesday, and it was still kind of hurt a little bit, but now it's Friday. It actually feels a lot better. So we're gonna see how it feels for squats and everything today. I still did RDLs yesterday with 455 pounds. I went in, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna swing around like 135 or 225 for a little bit and just see how my back is feeling, because it's like in my lower back. And it just felt pretty good. So I like went up to 405, went up to 455 for a set of 6 on RDLs. So overall it's feeling a lot better now, which is good. Which means we're gonna squat today, see how that feels. Maybe the whole weekend off to fully recover, and we're back after that thing. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed, I don't know why you're not. Go subscribe now. Drop the video a like. I'd really appreciate that. And we got more videos coming up. It's grind time now, so every single session matters from here on out. Everything's gonna be extremely important, and everything is gonna be, you know, every single session is gonna matter. We're grinding every single day for this. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate all the support.
People trying to say I'm on the enemy. Got a cold when my dogs can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Man.